What's up, geeks, nerds, and all that line between? I'm Just A Common Fan back with a new video, and today we also have Just A Common Toddler. Can you say hi, Nolan? So this is Nolan. He is about to go down for his nap. We just had a very interesting lunch of cereal and chicken nuggets, which is what he wanted, and he ate all of it. And so we just got back from the library, and we thought, you know what, while we're here, why not take time to review some of the books that we just received from ABDO Publishing. So I do want to let you guys know that these products, I've already covered them in my video and on Monday, I believe it was, where I had a mail haul of all these packages that showed up at the same time, and one of them was from ABDO Publishing. Now, they are a publisher of books, obviously, and I think they do primarily children's books. At least that's what I'm going to be reviewing for you today. And what's great about ABDO is that not only do they have original properties as well, but they also have a spotlight series that covers Marvel, Disney, and I think they have some stuff with DC Comics, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But today we're going to be looking at Marvel and Disney. So everything that we have was sent to us by ABDO Publishing. Thank you so much. And the opinions, though, of all the items are for me and Nolan and not from the publisher. Now, as you can see here, Nolan has adopted one of my Marvel Legends that he grabbed, one of my most expensive Marvel Legends, which is Okoye. That's an interesting pose. Nolan, what's her name? Okoye. And he, do you love Okoye? You want to hold her? And so I guess this belongs to him now. So we're going to look at some books from ABDO Publishing. So, and again, I already kind of went over these a little bit beforehand. I want to make sure that you know that these are, you can get library-bound books from ABDO Publishing. Here is the serial number information if you want to track it down. You could just go to their website, I guess, though. You should just go to... No? You done with her? Oh, you want one of your favorite books from ABDO. You want Doc McStuffins. So... these are library bound, so they're amazing quality. The pages are really thick and the artwork is crisp and clean. There's no bleed over from page to page. It's just really, really good artwork. But be sure, be very, very sure, be sure that if your kids have these books, that you are super careful, because since they're library bound and they're hardback, the corners are very, very sharp. Okay, so make sure you watch out for that. Don't leave this with kids of a young age by themselves, because they could really hurt themselves. All right. Now, first let's talk about Black Panther: Battle for Wakanda. This book is really good. I have not read all of it yet because it is a chapter book, and so Nolan can't really sit down just yet and read a chapter book all the way through. But I do think this is a great book for kids that may be in the age range of like 4th, 5th grade, because while it is a chapter book, it still is very action oriented. It's just like a comic book. The art is amazing. So you got a man ape here, aka M'Baku, on the page, and the story is T'Challa fighting to reclaim his throne after something happened in Wakanda while he was out helping the Avengers, and the Avengers actually come to help him. And the Avengers that they chose for this story is very interesting. So instead of going typical, Iron Man route, right, which I think Iron Man is a little bit overused at times, we get Captain Marvel, which is poignant because her movie's coming out soon, so we're going to see a lot of Captain Marvel popping up in children's books and kids books. And we also got Captain America, Black Panther, and War Machine, and it's very interesting, their views and stuff on Wakanda and the conversation that are had in this book. It's crazy because while they don't touch on things that are too serious, there are some really good thought-provoking things that happen in this book, and the dialogue is really good, really crisp. I mean, I love this book. And so while this would be probably the book that I will mainly read myself until Nolan's a little bit older, I cannot recommend this enough. If you're a Black Panther fan, if your kids are a Black Panther fan, you want to get Battle for Wakanda from ABDO Publishing. It is really, really good. All right. Next up, let's talk about a non-Marvel property. My son is in love with Doc McStuffins. He saw the cartoon on TV one day and it just blew his mind. And not to get too personal, but since he has a couple of health issues and has to go to the doctor a little bit more often than the average kid. Watching Doc McStuffins and seeing a kid do Dr. Stuff to toys really helps make those processes a little bit easier. So here we have Doc McStuffins, Take Your Pet to the Vet. This book was awesome because whenever it came out the package and I showed it to Nolan, he flipped, because we actually have watched this episode of Doc McStuffins pretty recently. And so this is actually an episode of Doc McStuffins. And so he memorizes everything. So he kind of already knew, you want the hat? He kind of already knew what the book was about, right? But he still enjoyed it. And like I said, the artwork is really good. In this book, we have these shiny, glossy pages, which are really cool. They do pick up fingerprints though, so I don't know if you guys are you know, neat freaks about that or not, but kind of watch out for that. But again, just full page color artwork. There's Chili, one of my favorite characters from Doc McStuffins, and just really cool. I'm gonna put on the hat. Excuse me, guys. We gotta take a hat break because Nolan has to look cool. Is that better? That better? So, we really enjoy reading this book. This, out of all the books that we got, believe it or not, this is his most requested book that we read to him, because he is all about anything Doc McStuffins related. All right. So, do you want to hold Doc McStuffin? Yeah. Okay. And the next book that he also really liked is Antman. This is Antman. Now, listen up, parents. If you are a comic book fiend like I am, and you want to introduce your child to comic book characters, the World of Reading series, and This is Ant-Man, or This is Spider-Man, or This is Wolverine, are the books you want to go with. It gives you and your child a quick backstory and history on the character that you're talking about. So this is obviously based on Ant-Man. We got this book. I believe this book was sent to us because the Ant-Man movie just recently came out. And again, once again, ABDO Publishing never disappoints. Look at that, full color artwork. Really colorful and crisp. You can tell that this is the Scott Lang Ant-Man. You can tell by the costume. It's not based on the Marvel movies Ant-Man, because that does not look like Paul Rudd, but it is Scott Lang, and yes, Cassie is in here as well, his daughter. Look how cute that is. And so it goes over Scott's and you know, not to say that this book isn't for kids, but parents, if you kind of want to shy away from stuff like this, because it actually does go over very quickly how Scott was a thief and how he wanted to teach his daughter how to do right from wrong, so he left that past behind him. So which I thought was really cool. I thought it was really cool that they decided to include the fact that he used to be a thief, and then he changed his life for his daughter. It also has Hank Pym, and again, this is a comic book accurate Hank Pym here. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place here, and Nolan has to wear this hat. So but comic book accurate Hank Pym, and then showing how he got his powers, right? And then it just goes over quick. You know, he can shrink, he can talk to ants, he can and this is very old school comic book here with the gas instead of using Pym particles and stuff. And then here he is fighting villains. I think this is Batroc the Leaper. I could be wrong. I know who this is, and I apologize, comic book fans, if I got that wrong. But here he is fighting MODOK. Any book that has a reference to MODOK, I'm all for it. And here he is with the Avengers, scaled appropriately for all of my action figure fans out there. And it goes over, you got Hydra, you have Baron von Strucker, and Arnhem Zola. You got Hawkeye, and also I thought this is really cool that they put this in here. This is a classic scene. If you're a fan of comic books, or even if you saw Civil War, you know what's happening right here. And this is a classic. This is a very good take on a very classic scene from the comics, which is really cool. As you can see, he got shot over on that arrow. But yeah, it's just really cool. It has the Avengers, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor, Iron Man. I think Hulk is in here as well. Actually, no, I don't think Hulk is in here. But yeah, got a great team up here. Those three. So yeah, it's a really cool book, and he loved it. You want to hold Antman? Yeah. He loves this book, and also it helps out because we got him a little Ant-Man Marvel toy box figure as well. So whenever we read this book to him or his Grow Up Ant-Man book, he has to have that little Ant-Man toy with him. So, and then lastly we have that's right, Captain America. And lastly we have Spidey. Now this is probably my favorite out of the series. I don't know, I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, but you see Iron Man? Yeah. But Spider-Man is and the X-Men are what got me into comic books in the first place. And so this is Spider-Man teaming up with Black Panther. As you can see, this is number 7. So this is actually a series. And believe it or not, this is such... You see Iron Man? Yeah. This is a great way to get your kid involved in comics. But check this out. It's comics, guys. You see Ant-Man? Yeah. Good. It has comic book panels in a hardcover book. So if you are nervous about buying your kids comics, knowing that it's just flimsy pieces of paper and they can rip them and shred them and stuff like that, don't go digital yet. Please, I'm begging you. While I know it's a lot easier, don't go digital yet. You can still get comics in hardback form from ABDO Publishing with this Spidey series. And as you can see, they have other series here. And you can see that the camera that's making out is building up to obviously Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. It would have been cool if he faced the Sinister Six in issue number 6. But I digress. But this is really cool, and this story was awesome. And it's actually a really good story to read. I think all these books come with like a little... Oh, there is Hulk. Here, can I show the camera? I was wrong. Hulk is in the book. And Nolan found him because Hulk is our favorite. Really cool. Thank you, Nolan. Here, you want to hold it? Thank you, buddy. So, this book is about about bullying and kind of overcoming that, and also that's what Peter's learning. You see Iron Man? Okay. Because obviously Peter is being bullied by... You see Thor? Good. Because Peter is obviously being bullied by Flash Thompson, and then Gwen Stacy tells Peter, I need you to tutor Flash or else he's going to get kicked off the football team, and we can't have that. You see Ant-Man? Cool. So Peter then tutors Flash, spoilers, but he ends up tutoring Flash at the end. And then he also learns from Black Panther a good lesson about listening, because Black Panther tells him that, you're quick to act, but you have to stand back, look, and observe before you act, and that will make you a better hero. So, and nothing's better than having a kid Spider-Man teaming up with Black Panther or Iron Man or Captain America. It's just awesome. Claw is in here, the villain. And again, guys, you're not skipping out on the artwork here. The artwork is there, and it is beautiful. The action is still there. No, you're done with this one? The action is still there. The colors are vibrant. I mean, look at this full page punch to Claw's face. I love it. I love it. And so this was such... Oh, and if you're worried about why these speech bubbles or dialogue bubbles are actually blank, there's a story reason for that. And I won't spoil it for you if you decide to read it, but it is hilarious. I love this. My son was not able to sit through this completely. Look at Flash Thompson's design. Love it. But my son was here. You want to hold Spider-Man? And Black... Who's that? Black Panther. So, this book is really, really good. It's funny, it's hilarious, there's action-packed, and it's Spider-Man, and it's child appropriate as well. So your kid can read this and not run into too many issues. There is a couple of fight scenes in here. They're not too graphic, but there are a couple of fight scenes in here. So you do want to preview that first before you hand it over to your kid to make sure that you are okay with that as a parent. Okay, make sure to check on that. Anytime you're handing your kid any book, any Marvel related or DC related thing, it's super cool that they can be into that, but make sure you go through it first to check it to make sure it's appropriate. You're done? Well, guess what? We're also done with this video. Thank you guys so much for taking time to watch this video with me and Nolan. Really appreciate it. Again, I'm going to put the link to these books below in the description. Thank you so much to ABDO Publishing for providing these books for us to review. I mean, it's awesome. Like, I didn't get into YouTube for that reason, but when somebody sees your content that you put love and passion into, and they respond and by saying that they want to help you provide more help you provide more content for your channel, that's awesome. So thank you so much, ABDO Publishing. Thank you to Nolan for staying or watching this video with me. And this little guy is about to go down for a nap, and I'm probably going to have a nap too. So we will talk to you guys later, okay? Hey, what do we know? I'm just a common fan. You want to say bye to the people? Want to blow a kiss? Bye-bye.
No, no, no.